Okay, everyone, welcome to patch 7.22, and let's get into the patch notes. Okay, added new scepter from the general changes, added new scepter upgrades for all the 24 remaining heroes without an upgrade. That is a fuckload. What? Damn. Updated various older scepter upgrades. Scepter can now be consumed as a buff by purchasing a 2000 gold recipe upgrade. Scepter buffs do not grant secondary stat bonuses. So you can just buy the recipe for the scepter and then you can have it as a buff on your character, just like the alchemist does. Gives it to you. Okay, that's kind of interesting. It clears out a slot in your inventory. Roshan now drops a consumable scepter buff item. What? The third Roshan will randomly drop either a consumable scepter or a refresher. Oh, yay! We have RNG in the game now. Even more RNG. Okay, I'm not a fan of the RNG. The fourth Roshan has both. You can select Roshan to see his inventory and find out what items will drop. Okay. You know, that is a massive upgrade for some heroes. Like, for instance, Disruptor. Giving your Disruptor an Aghanim Scepter at the third Roshan is disgustingly good. Added a new visual effect on the heroes that have a Scepter upgrade. Okay. I'm curious how that looks. Added Mars Captain's Mode. Added Iron to Captain's Mode. Yes! Kill Streak Experience Bounty increased from 200. Ooh. That is a massive comeback mechanic. 400 standard until 1800 experience. That's a big comeback mechanic. Experience requirement to reach 5 reduced. Wait, so you're getting more experience. The games are going to be faster, it seems like. Quicker to get level 6, however, it's going to take longer to get higher level. Range creeps experience now increased by 8 per upgrade cycle every 7.5 minutes. So you're gonna get more experience in general in this new patch. These creeps can no longer be dominated, enchanted, or converted. That is a nerf for every Helm of the Dominator user out there. Towers now have a multi-shot attack when Glyph is activated. Tier 2 plus towers, what? Attacks up to 2 additional targets, prioritizes the closest units. So they are, in a sense, making the game go faster because you get more experience earlier on. However, they make the game also slower by just buffing the towers insane. That glyph buff is whoo-hoo. That is a kill mechanic. You cannot dive under the tier 2 tower right now with your team because you're just all three gonna get shredded by the tower. Slightly adjusted Radiant safe lane hard camp position and the terrain nearby. Yes, because there was a ridiculous amount of win percentage increase if you're Radiant. Radiant middle tier 2 towers now move further to the left. No longer has vision over the big camp on the right. That's, you know, small things like that. Definitely adjusted various dire neutral spawn boxes. Actually, I hate the Radiant spawn boxes more. The following items are no longer partially shareable. Ring of Regen, Ring of Rip Enigma, Sage's Mask, Ring of Health, Void Stone, and Perseverance. Well, they fucked up position 4 Enigma. Weaver, base attacks. Oh, yeah, baby. Gyrocopter as well. These two heroes had terrible attack animations. Venomancer as well. Slark wasn't that bad of an attack animation. Silencer was a little bit annoying. Mirana? What? Mirana had a great attack animation. Crystal Maiden had a reasonable one. Broodmother attack animation increased. Attack speed increased by 25. Okay. Techies 1. What? What is this? What is this? I play one game of Techies and they're like, you know what? That hero needs more mana regen because we need more bombs in our life. Yes. Observe Ward's cost decreased from 75 to 50. All the supports rejoice. Gold bounty increased from 100 plus 2 per minute to 4 per minute. So just an increase. Cost decreased from 100 to 75. Now it's a stock limit. Max limit of 10. Starting capacity of 4, replenishes rate of 70 seconds. What? Is it because I spammed the living shit out of those sentry wards at one point? Where literally the entire map's filled with sentries. The initial 10-minute stock now provides 2 tomes. now has a 5-minute use cooldown. So you get 2 tomes, but you can't use them at the same time. However, you can buy both and then use one first and use the second later. I like the fact that they have 2 tomes now, because that means the position 5 and the position 4 can both pop their tomes and get level 6 as soon as possible. Now it's a 300 gold recipe. I mean, you screwed it already over with not being able to take over the catapults. HP regen reduced from 3 to 2. Slight nerf. HP regen reduced from 4.5 to 3.5. I mean, there was a lot of sustain, so it makes sense. So just in general, Spirit Vessel's use effect has been nerfed. I mean, you're still going to get it against like a Morphling and an Alchemist and Necrophos. But yeah, it makes sense. Attack speed bonus reduce. What? You don't want to have 4 Wraith Vans in a freaking game? Fix multiple Bloodstones, stacking them out. Ah, yeah. Wow, rip Storm Spirits in my pubs. Abaddon, based, okay, reworked Scepter upgrade. While borrow time is active, anytime an ally takes more than 525 damage while within 1600 range of Abaddon, an individual miscoil will automatically fire towards the ally. Added Scepter upgrade. With the Scepter equipped or synthesized, you gain a bonus plus 30 damage and plus 6% spell application for each scepter that you gave allies at any point in the game. Oh yeah. A way that Alchemist actually will give you a scepter buff because it's better for himself. Thank you. Added scepter effect. Mana Void kills now add plus 70 seconds to the highest cooldown ability on the enemy hero. Cooldown starts once the enemy respawns, increases the stun duration by 1 second. If the target dies during this period, it is still counted as Mana Void kill. So it's now a 1 second stun, and if you kill him during the stun, they get plus 70 seconds to the highest cooldown ability on the enemy hero. Rip Terrorblade. Rip Enigma. Rip Terrorblade. Added Scepter upgrade. Grants a new ability. Runeforge. Creates a random rune in front of you. Cooldown 60 seconds. The selection of runes includes bounty runes and power-up runes. What? Random bounty rune every 60 seconds. Whoa. Reworked Scepter upgrade. Wild axes have no cooldown and can be used again once they have returned to Beastmaster. So if someone is literally on top of you, like you roar them up so they're stunned, and you just go floss, you can just spam those axes. Die, bitch, die! And because the debuff, I think it stacks, you're gonna deal increased damage to the enemy. That is that Rupture is now lethal again. Deals 60% of distance moved as damage, has a 12-second duration. Okay, good, because Rupture not being able to deal lethal damage is bullshit. Okay, Shuriken Toss Scepter now also increases cast range. So they buffed the Shuriken Toss combo. So 125 damage, 500 damage, 2 Shurikens that you toss on your enemy. Karma Split Scepter now also grants Brewlings plus 100 movement speed. You're never going to escape. Oh, the pandas! They're everywhere! Base attack speed increased from 100 to 125 for the Brood. Added Scepter upgrade. Increases Spin Web max count from 8 to 20. Movement speed bonus from 70 to 100% and removes movement speed limit. Removes movement speed limit. Removes movement speed limit. Phantasm Scepter now also reduces incoming illusion damage from... That's actually a pretty nice one, because the Phantasm illusions felt like they just instantly died every single time. Divine Favor now is now a passive aura. Provides health regen, heal amplification, and bonus damage for heroes. Your creeps get 2 times damage values. Still, no, it's a straight up attack damage, not a percentage base anymore. Oh. Clinks now has a 0.25 base mana regen. Added scepter bonus creates 2 skeletons near Clinks when exiting skeleton walk. Increases skeleton walk speed by 30% and unlocks max movement speed. So now we're not only having a Brood who's stupidly annoying, we're gonna have a Clinks who, the moment he ganks you, summons 2 skeletons with 30% movement speed, attack speed increase, who are gonna melt your face in. Burning army base attack time changed, so okay, reduced a little bit. Damage from 100% of your base damage to 80, 100, 120. So they just tweaked it a little bit more attack speed earlier on. Level 15 talent reduced from, yeah, because the double skeletons that you're gonna summon might be a little bit OP. Base armor increased by 1. Clockwork got the buff of a century. Now it's a viable hero, everyone. Yay! Level 20 talent changed from 400 AoE surge to plus 100 ion shell damage. That's a lot, but okay, so they changed it to level 25 talent. This is, I think this is a very good choice. But the 400 AoE surge does feel like a 25 talent because it is really good for team fight engagements. It's like a centaur stampede, but it's not your ulti. Mireska scepter bonus. Attacking no longer takes you out of Shadow Realm. Each attack still has bonus damage based on the duration of the buff. To plus 200 attack speed talent with the Aghanim Scepter on Mireska. Oh my god. Added scepter upgrade. Anytime a hero is affected by your spells, Cryptstorm, Impact, Silence debuff, Spirit Siphon, or when you attack an enemy, a ghost will fly out and hit the enemy for double the usual damage, then return to you with life. That might be so far the most broken Aghanim Scepter out there that I've seen. Devour now has a creep level limit of 3, 4, 5, 6. What creep levels? I've never even paid attention to creep levels. Added scepter bonus. Adds a 4th level to Elder Dragon form. A black dragon. Gaining scepter increases the level of your ultimate by 1. So if you're if you get the Aghanim Scepter first, you get, okay. Black dragon has 50% more corrosive damage. So that puts it at 30. Splash damage and slow amount. 50% more splash damage and 50% more slow. It also increases your attack range to 600 and grants you plus 30 magic resistance. Aghanim Scepter, 50% more corrosive damage, splash damage, and slow amount. Increases attack range and gives him 30% magic resistance. It gives him damage, it gives him control, and it gives him range, and it gives him stats, like defensive stats. Plus, you know, the stats that are on Aghanim Scepter in general. GG. Draw Ranger. Let's see what the biggest nerf is. Finally, she's nerfed to Oblivion, hopefully. Marksmanship no longer instantly kills ancients. Marksmanship now only pierces base armor, not total armor. Thank you. Rework scepter upgrade. Echo Stomp now causes you to become spell immune while channeling and for 2 additional seconds per affected enemy hero. What? Added scepter upgrade. Fire Remnant cast range is 3 times longer and initial Remnant movement speed is 2 times faster. Maximum number of charges increased from 3 to 5. Activate Fire Remnant, costs no mana. This is the most elusive man in the world! Think of the fact that you can barely dodge an Ember Spirit Remnant jump on you, and now he can throw 5 Remnants on you at the same time. It's literally spam the living shit out of his Remnants, throw them on top of you, and then just blow you up. Added scepter bonus. Grants you a new ability. Dark Portrait. Creates an ink illusion of a target enemy hero. Illusion lasts 20 seconds and is magic immune with plus 30 movement speed. Takes 200% incoming damage and deals 150% outgoing damage. Hello, DK with an Aghanim Scepter. Go! Screw yourself! You're all dead! La 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 la. 30% movement speed increase as well. What the hell? Everyone's gonna build Aghanim Scepters. Like, my pops is gonna be trash. By 1, added Scepter upgrade. God's Rebuke cooldown is now 1.4 seconds. During Arena of Blood, resets God's Rebuke cooldown when Arena of Blood is cast. So you're literally gonna be pummeling people constantly against the wall. Now, it was already bad, now it's terrible. Added scepter upgrade for the Monkey King. Spawns a monkey soldier near you every 3.5 seconds. These soldiers last 12 seconds. Soldiers do not spawn if you are invisible or on trees. These soldiers can attack any target. However, they will not attack buildings if you are not within 500 range of them. Those monkey soldiers, are they exact copies of your Monkey King? If so, why are they? That makes farming a lot easier in the jungle. You just stand there, wait for 3.5 seconds until you drop one of those soldiers, and you walk up to the next camp. Added scepter upgrade. While morphed, you gain plus 35% cooldown reduction, plus 50% mana cost reduction, and plus 600 cast range. So if you morph into a Zeus, for instance, you are literally spamming the living badonkadonk off your enemies with your lightning spells. Added scepter upgrade. Void is now applied in a 900 AoE area around you. Increases the void mini stun duration from 0.1 to 0.6 and reduces cooldown by 2 seconds. Wait, that's your damage spell, isn't it? I like it. I like it. It makes the hero a lot bigger AoE presence. It already had reasonable AoE presence with the silence, but now adding the extra 0.6 second mini stun and, you know, being able to do when nighttime a lot of damage to a lot of enemies at the same time, I like it. When you deal damage, when you right click enemies. And now when you activate it, it triples the mana steal and slows enemies hit by your spells. What? Oh yeah, because we did not see enough OD in our games. What? By the way, Dusa is now screwed. Dusa is hella screwed. Added scepter upgrade. Shield crash now costs a 2 attack swashbuckle every 90 degrees around your hero. After you have Basher, Maelstrom, Diffusal, and just spam the swashbuckle, the shield crash. Lucky shot no longer has chance to silence, now only disarms. Ah, that is actually a massive nerf. Lucky shot now reduces armor by 6. Okay, that helps a little bit. Phantom Assassin. Added scepter bonus. Blur now has instant cast time and applies a dispel. Anytime you get a hero kill, your abilities are refreshed. Reduces blur cooldown to 12 seconds. You're still not gonna get an Ags on the PA. So that everything refreshes is pretty cool. You can just Phantom Strike. That actually gives you some really sick clip potential with the Phantom Strike, Phantom Strike, Phantom Strike, Phantom Strike, Phantom Strike, Phantom Strike. Just keep on jumping everywhere. Base strength increased by 2. Supernova now causes your abilities to refresh on cast rather than at the end of the spell. So if you die, that's actually pretty good. If you die, you will have all your spells so you can buy back and then join back in the fight with everything reset. Supernova Scepter now also allows you to cast Sunray and turn its direction while in Supernova. That's a really, really good buff. That's a really good buff. Slardar, added scepter upgrade. Slithering Crush now creates a puddle of water that is considered a river for bonuses. Provides plus 25 HP regen, plus 12 armor, and plus 40% status resistance while in a puddle or river. In addition to the normal Guardian Sprint river bonuses, puddle AoE is 550. Puddles last for 25 seconds in the river while unlocking max movement speed rather than a fixed 700 at level 4 when activated. So there are now so far 4 heroes that I know of that have unlocked movement speed increases. Spectre, added scepter upgrade, grants you a new ability. Shadow Step allows you to perform a single target unit haunt. So you can you see someone on the map and you pop haunt on them. Like, they buffed Spirit Breaker pretty heavily. Maybe we'll see him more in pubs. Techies now has 1 base mana regen. Die. Added scepter upgrade grants you a new ability. Psionic Projection allows you to teleport to any psionic trap after 2 seconds channel. Does not break meld. Cooldown 30. So, does not break meld. What? No. What? You have bots, which you can place anywhere on the map. You can just place one behind the enemy's jungle, like in the tree area behind someone's tier 2 tower, and they would not know. Terrorblade. Added scepter upgrade. After casting Metamorphosis, a wave travels outwards in all directions, causing enemy heroes to become feared for 3 seconds upon impact. Wave starts traveling after 0.6 seconds and has a travel speed of 1,000. Spell immune units do not get hit by the wave. Has a global sound effect. You know what the problem is with this? Like, I get it because it's you metamorphosize, so you have like a massive roar, blah. Fear me, humans, I am the immortal demon, blah blah blah, overlord. Problem is, if they're feared, they're really fast and they're running away from the Terrorblade, so they're like gone. Like, the Terrorblade's not going to kill them because they're gone. Reflection no longer affects illusions. Terrorblade is nerfed to oblivion. That reflection no longer affects illusions has been probably that's the most OP part about Terrorblade. So now PL counters the Terrorblade heavily because Terrorblade can't deal with the PL. Naga Siren counts the the Terrorblade heavily, even CK, because mainly PL and Naga Siren counter him heavily because they both go for the Diffusal Blade builds. That is, like, Terrorblade has been nerfed to the ground and beyond. Add a scepter upgrade. Grants you a new channeling ability, Tree Volley. Every 0.4 seconds, a random tree within 525 range of your hero will be thrown towards a targeted AoE. Deals 120% of your damage to enemies in that area. Target AoE 400. Cast ranges 1300. Max channel for 2.4 seconds. Cooldown 12. Mana cost 150. Nature's Guise has been reworked. It is now a self-cast. Wait, that's the invis, right? Yeah. It's now a self-cast ability with a 0.6 second fade, second cast time. No longer has a fade delay, nor gets interrupted on damage taken. Goes on cooldown after the invisibility debuff ends. Cooldown 4 seconds at max. Mana cost. That's why they gave him base mana regen. Okay. Movement speed bonus rescaled to make him faster. Nice damage rescaled. What? They also buffed his damage? I think this is a buff in general that it's a 0.6 second cast time. Like, I think that's a massive buff compared to what it was. Getting attacked and then not being able to go invis was a big ass nerf. Pro added scepter reduces battle trance cooldown to 35 seconds and allows it to be cast on allied or enemy heroes. Wait, what? Last half duration on enemies. What? Chaotic Offering Scepter now lands the second golem 0.4 seconds after the first one rather than both at the same time. So you're going to have a longer stun on the enemy. That is what I needed to see. Fatal Bonds count rescaled from 3 to 6. It's always 6. But the damage has been changed. Okay, but it's now always 6. So if you in a 2-1-2 lane, you're pretty much always going to have the entire enemy well, it's 4 creeps. Formerly 1 range, so you can pretty much always have the entire group fatal bonded together. Focus fire cooldown reduces, but that means, oh, okay, so they changed focus fire in general to make it now, instead of 70 the entire time, to 30 at max level. I like this change. Okay, got it. We checked out the entire patch notes, and now I'm gonna try pretty much everything out in Turbo.